12 seasons ago, in January 2019, Fortnite players began to feel tremors shaking the island beneath their feet. Wondering what was happening, they investigated further, but it was too late. The earthquakes had already begun forming cracks in the island, destroying everything in its path. They traveled around the map, wreaking havoc on POIs and landmarks before finally Season 7 came to a close. As the transition began into the next season, it was revealed that these cracks were caused by a forming volcano. This experience has caused huge parallels between Chapter 1 and Chapter 3, because around the island, mysterious earthquakes have been spotted in various areas. Originally, the tremors were caused by the Imagined Order drilling through the island. However, they have now finished and have constructed Covert Cavern, yet the earthquakes have continued and are getting worse. This leaves us with one of Chapter 3's biggest unsolved mysteries. Over in the top right corner of the island, you can find the original volcano still sitting there, laying dormant. After being excavated, it was used as a facility to build a robot, and has since been cleared out, becoming the home of the Daily Bugle. With it being a collab POI to celebrate the release of Spider-Man, it is absolutely certain that it won't be around next season, leaving one question: what's gonna happen here? Theories include the idea that the earthquakes and tremors happening around the island right now are foreshadowing one thing: the volcano. And many players believe it will become active again, destroying the Bugle in the process. For now though, it's simply speculation. We have no idea what will happen to the Daily Bugle or whether this volcano will ever be restored to its former glory. But we can say for sure we are just under a week away from finding out the answer. But a much larger mystery is only just unfolding with the May the 4th mystery. The internet's excitement around Star Wars this month has been ridiculous, and that hype is leaking into the Fortnite community, with players begging to see the new Obi-Wan Kenobi show added to the game. While Fortnite has collaborated with Star Wars multiple times, classic main characters like Darth Vader and Obi-Wan still haven't arrived. We got The Mandalorian and Grogu in Season 5, then Boba Fett last Christmas, and with the Obi-Wan series dropping on Disney Plus in May, it's almost a guarantee that this trend will continue. But the mystery has gotten even larger than just an Obi-Wan skin, because recently Donald Mustard posted a photo to Instagram of an unfinished LEGO AT-AT. Now Donald is known for teasing future collabs through his social media posts. It's his thing, and he hasn't stopped there. In the past, we've seen Donald showcase teasers for Vader, R2-D2, and C-3PO and an Imperial search droid. There could be a lot more than just skins on the horizon. I mean, imagine an AT-AT vehicle in May, or even a Star Wars themed season in Chapter 3. I mean, it's possible. After all, this is Fortnite, but it remains unconfirmed for now. But there is a much darker, creepier secret lurking beneath the surface and has the entire community remaining vigilant. This is the Monster Cave mystery. In Chapter 1, Season 8, we watched as a monster was born inside of the Polar Peak iceberg. Its eyes glared through the ice, staring at the outside as it got larger and larger. Before long, it had escaped its confinement, moving into the ocean to plan its next move. And so while the island put the finishing touches on its defense mechanism, the monster suddenly attacked. The Mecha Team leader came to our rescue and a showdown began, with the robot killing the monster with a sword straight to the eye. Since then, the mech's severed arm and the Devourer skeleton has remained on the island, both reappearing over 2 years later in Chapter 3. So what's the purpose behind these items returning? Recently, a dig team has appeared around the Caddis Bones site, and they are slowly beginning to excavate it. And with only 1 week left until the end of the season, it seems like time is running out to unearth this mystery. In the files, leakers have found evidence that these bones were originally planned to be turned into a Caddis Cave, a fresh new POI with audio files of some type of monster hiding inside of it. So is the IO going to collect DNA samples from the bones in order to create their own monster? Now, earthquakes have also ruptured through this location, but still haven't turned the area into the upcoming cave, which begs the question, when will we see the transformation of the POI? What exactly do the Imagined Order want with a pile of bones? So while a lot of community detectives have been scoping out the Caddis Cave, others have been investigating the most mysterious POI on the Fortnite island to date, the Foundation's secret bunker. Throughout the evolution of Fortnite's islands, there have been a countless number of unexplained doors and bunkers. Most of them have had their contents revealed over the years, but a mysterious new location has once again captured the community's attention. One of the most colossal POIs ever is the gigantic stone statue of the Foundation, which looms over the entire island. But at the base of this monument, there's an intriguing secret that almost nobody is talking about. You can find a stone door that's sealed shut, and it leads to something hidden inside of the base. It might even go underground. No matter what you think could lie behind this secret passageway, there's no denying that we probably won't see the answer for a long time. Fortnite has a pretty bad reputation when it comes to revealing their hidden doors. I mean, the redacted bunker on the Chapter 2 island was closed for over 2 years, with Fortnite refusing to acknowledge that it even existed, until one day they opened it up to reveal that it was just another IO outpost. And the same can be said for the original bunkers that have been around since the very beginning of Battle Royale. They were complete mysteries for years until their contents were revealed, but if one day Fortnite decided to actually open the Foundation statue, what could be inside? Some speculate that it leads to the inside of the statue, where you could climb into the Foundation's chest and control him like a robot. Others think it might lead to the Zero Point, and this is where the 7 have been keeping it all along. But for that to make sense, the 7 would have to be in control of the Zero Point, and that in itself is one of the most head-scratching mysteries of the entire chapter right now, as we try and figure out the Zero Point crisis. The story of the Zero Point has long been in the air. Throughout Chapter 1, it's unknown who had control of the orb, with clues such as the Io government helicopters and the Season 8 vault suggesting it was a mix between the Imagined Order and the 7. But as Chapter 2 progressed, the control of the Zero Point was entirely undermined by Geno. So just when we thought we knew everything about the story, the 7 revealed a plan that threw all of our speculation out the window. And flipping the island, they not only left the Chapter 2 island in ruins, but also demolished the bridge, crippling the Imagined Order's headquarters. So with this, it asks the question, who is actually in control of the Zero Point right now? With the bridge destroyed, you would assume that the 7 have taken it over, and this could be true considering they are hiding something inside of the Foundation statue. But it also could still be in the hands of Geno, as the loop is still intact and the Io seem to have kept their army. The biggest theory is that nobody has control of the Zero Point right now, and there's actually evidence to suggest this. In Season 2, we'll be getting a brand new Fortnite Marvel crossover named Zero War, and in the comic, a crystallized fragment of the Zero Point will somehow be cast into the Marvel Universe, with Jones tracking it down while the Imagined Order races to get it first. So with this mystery surprising a lot of fans in Chapter 3, others are still scratching their heads at our most recent live event, the Chapter 2 finale, and with it, the Cube Queen mystery. At the end of 2021, the Fortnite world was changed forever when the Last Reality began their sudden invasion of the island. Without any explanation, we were introduced to an army of aliens and cubes, all led by one unstoppable force, the Cube Queen. She came to the island as a golden cube before unveiling her true form and creating a powerful rift that would eventually summon the entire armada of the Last Reality upon us. So when this rift opened, eclipsing the sky in an overwhelming amount of alien motherships, one of them stuck out, the Cube's Cradle, a ship the size of an entire planet. For players who look closely, and thanks to a loading screen, we were able to spot that the Cube's Cradle is powered by thousands of golden cubes all stuck together. That, along with the hundreds of motherships, means that the power we faced during the end of Chapter 2 was tiny compared to what was actually available. When we were told the Last Reality were the biggest threat the island has ever faced, they were not playing around. It's only by luck that the 7 were able to close the rift before more damage could be done. And so with all of this information, it leaves a lot of answers left to be given. If there are over 2,400 golden cubes powering the cradle, do they all have their own version of the Cube Queen? Or is she using the cubes as a vessel to teleport to? This also makes us wonder what actually happened to the Cube Queen. When she touched water, her rift was closed and she practically exploded. She could either still be in the ocean or she was sent back to where she came from. And it seems very unlikely that she died, as we know that caretakers can survive underwater. Various leaks and hints suggest that the Queen will make another appearance later in Chapter 3 and may even be a major character, but we'll just have to wait and see for that to happen. But something that'll change the Fortnite storyline forever is the missing 7 members. Throughout the years, the 7 have quickly become one of Fortnite's most known organizations, but for a group named the 7, we have only been introduced to 4 of them, with the remaining 3 being identified only by leaks and comic book teases. The origin is seen here, and immediately fans notice some creepy similarities between him and the Cube Queen. They share a lot of characteristics and design choices, even as far as having the Cube Queen's crown around his neck. This is a mystery that has everyone pulling their hair out. What could it mean? Was the origin a part of the Last Reality? What are the connections between both teams? And as for the remaining members, we have the Sisters. They were also leaked inside of the survey, and their identities were confirmed with the cover of the upcoming Marvel Zero War comic. So if Jones is gonna find the Sisters, when will we get the reveal of the origin? And where have the Sisters been this entire time? It's not just the unrevealed members that we have questions about either. A huge mystery surrounds the Paradigm, rumored heavily to be the same person as Singularity, who built the robot in Chapter 1. If they're the same person, where did Singularity go after Season 9? Which member of the 7 sacrificed themselves in the end event? There's a lot of questions, and we are keeping our fingers crossed that Chapter 3 Season 2 will answer all of them. And it's been Tommy, keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.